I think it's also important to discuss the consequences of doing more. Everyone agrees that there's no such thing as a free lunch myth. We all say that. But we tend to forget this when we ask the government to spend more, because we all believe that our requests or interests deserve more attention and will benefit everyone. We have limited resources, limited sources of revenue to fund our spending. The mindset that the government will take care of everything and everyone is unhealthy. And this puts an unrealistic and unsustainable pressure on the government to do something, even when government intervention is not the right solution, or may even cost us even more. The Minister for Finance has in fact said that the government wants to maintain the ethos of self-reliance. But is that in our DNA today? While we do more, there is also a pressing need to talk about government's limits and to make clear where the government's responsibilities ends and where the individual responsibility begins. And that demarcation is important because it informs the government's approach on almost all issues that affect Singaporeans. Because unless we make the role of the government clear, the social contract between government and the people will be vague and will always remain under pressure to rewrite the terms for the benefit of some groups. There is no free lunch. Rewriting the terms will always be at the expense of another person, another group, or even another generation. And the better solution to a problem may not always lie with the government.
I am concerned about our long-term sustainability and that we need to put in place proper safeguards. We need to ensure that we do not set unrealistic expectations of what we can draw from NIR and end up depleting the reserves, rather than just spend the investment returns. We need to set controls to stop ourselves from making further rule changes, such as the one in 2009 and this year, which enable us to draw more from NIR each time we need more revenue to fund new needs. We need to explain to Singaporeans that the NIR comes from our reserves, which are extraordinary and precious and should not be taken for granted, and also that the Singapore spirit that has enabled us to build up such levels of resources is also extraordinary and precious. And we must sustain this spirit.
Although rapid growth often stokes inequality, the solution should not be less growth, but a better formula for redistributing the benefits of growth. No formula is perfect, but Singapore has to be cautious and prepare for the possibility that, unlike resource-rich and larger economies, slower growth may not turn out to be the idyllic experience we imagine. By simultaneously drawing on surpluses, proposing a deficit, and announcing a surprise rise in taxes on the high income, this budget gives us a timely reminder of the stark realities we face.